Okay, 47. You mean x minus 8? And x minus 2, I completely agree. And two solutions. Good. 48, please. Any questions? After 54, we are going to look at word problems. Can anyone give us the first solution in 48? Very good. It's coming from here. And now what do I do with this? So now 9x squared minus 6x plus 1 is 0. So what do I do with that? If you go through all the sequence of steps that I recommended, you should not miss one. So any suggestions on 9x squared minus 6x plus 1? Yes. Yes, a binomial squared, yes. Which is the first term a perfect square? Is the last term a perfect square? So what do you expect, since this is minus? What do you expect here? Yes, but tell me what you expect with the minus in the middle.
Oh, 3x
Yes?
minus 3.
Minus 1. Right. So let's check the middle term. Don't look. Determine the middle term here. What is it? 2 from the formula times 1 times 3 times x. Correct? So then here, from here, I will have two more solutions, but they will both be the same. What solutions? 1 over 3. When 3x minus 1 is 0, you move 1, you divide by 3. When the other 3x minus 1 is 0, you move 1, divide by 3. Any questions? Okay, number 50. Two more. And then we'll look at word problems. Do we need help, or we need more time, or? Okay, nobody wants to talk to me, okay? That's what my grandma used to say. If you want to kill somebody's spirit, just ignore them. Please don't. Yes, thank you. Are we on the right track with this problem? We know what we need to do? Anyone wants to give us the starting point? We want to find very good. Negative 15 and 8. Very good. So then the equation becomes 20x squared minus 15x, very good, plus 8x and minus 6 equals 0. Excellent. Good job. Thank you. Well done. So then from the first two, excellent, in parentheses, from the other two, mandatory. Please write the equal symbol and 0, otherwise you will not solve for anything. Now I look. Oops. Sorry, I put the x in the wrong term. So what goes outside? Careful. If I put minus 2, negative 2 times 4x is not positive 8x. And negative 2 times negative 3 is not right, so it's positive. So then from here I have 4x minus 3 times 5x plus 2. So there are two options. What are the options? Negative, because we moved 2. Yes, I agree. And? Excellent. Good, we're working on 54. 5x cubed plus 20x squared plus 20x. What is the degree of this polynomial?
3.
How many solutions will you come up with?
3.
Absolutely. Thank you. Even if they're all the same, it has to have 3 solutions. Any ideas about 54? Because it's an equation, I highly recommend divide. It's not a mistake. I'm not saying it's a mistake, but this is what I prefer. Since it's an equation, I will divide both sides by the common factor that is a number, not variable. So then I have x cubed plus 4x squared plus 5x equals 0. Eliminating that 5 or dividing both sides by 5 will not change the solutions. Oh yes, of course, of course. Daydreaming. Now, yes, I have to factor out x. So I have x squared plus 4x plus 4. And now I can already dream about x squared plus 4x plus 4. What is it? Correct. It's a perfect square. So indeed, x plus 2 squared equals 0, and I have to get 3 solutions, and it appears that 2 of them will be the same. So one solution is x equals, yes, and from here x equals -2 twice. Very good. Okay, ready for more problems? Any questions? You had all types, every possible factoring situation or equation so far. So please do everything again from the review. Okay, I will probably have to bring another book because there is nothing else left very soon. Okay? Good. Problem 92 on page 436. The perimeter of the following triangle is 48 inches. Find the length of its sides. One side is x squared plus 3. The other one is 4x plus 5. And the other one is 2x. We are told the perimeter is 48 inches. We're asked to find the sides. I'll let you work on it, but I would like you to tell me what to write first. Very good, excellent. Okay, 2 minutes. Can anyone give us the intermediate step right now?
X squared plus 6x minus 4.
Excellent. If you have questions, let me know. X squared, 4x plus 2 is 6x, 3 plus 5 is 8, subtract 48, get -40.
X plus 10, X plus 2.
Perfect.
It's going before X is equal to 10.
Since we are talking about a length, and one of them is 2 times x, which of these two has to be disregarded?
The negative.
So then this side, what will this be when x is 4?
19.
So 16 plus 3, 19 indeed. This side,
8.
inches, all of them. And the last one? Yes. 4 times 4 is 16 plus 5, 21. Very good. Well done. 27 on page 437. The sum of two numbers is 17. Can anyone tell us what to write? The sum of two numbers is 17. Excellent. And the sum of their squares, the sum of their squares is 145.
X squared plus 1 squared.
Very good. Okay, what do I do now?
Solve the equation.
I have, yes, solve. I have to use the method called?
Substitute.
Excellent. So what do you want to substitute for? From here, either x or y, you choose. You want y? Good. So y equals? Negative x plus 17. Okay, now what do I do with this? In which equation? I know it's silly to ask. Of course, in the second one. So this piece is this. Can anyone dictate the second equation now? The raw equation. You don't have to do anything to it. I just want to see it.
X squared.
Yes. Plus, in parentheses, equals? Good. Let's work on this. By the way, what is this called? A binomial. When I square a binomial, how many terms do I get? Not ever 2, but 3. So please square, combine like terms, move 145, and give me the equation. The next step, please. Can anyone square negative x plus 17 for us? If it's difficult to square it like this, just change it into 17 minus x and it's the same thing. So please tell me what to write. X squared squared minus 2, yes, negative 34x and plus, very good, and minus 145 equals 0. Excellent. Well done.
So this one you use the formula.
I have to combine like, yes.
Yeah.
So the first term squared minus 2 because one of them is negative. Minus 2 times x times 17 is negative 34x plus 17 squared is 289. Subtract 145 and set it equal to 0. Yes. Yes, I'm ready. 2x squared. 1 apple plus 1 apple is 2 apples. Minus 34x. And plus 144 it is. But I can simplify it. So I like it. What would you simplify it by? Never by x, but you can simplify both sides by 2. So then I have x squared minus 17x plus 72 equals 0. This is more human than the previous numbers.
So when it's equation, you can divide, right? You're not really
Right, but if it's but otherwise I will change the problem if I remove a factor without having an equation. Right? So if I'm only asked to factor, everything has to stay. I cannot get rid of any factor. But in an equation, I'm allowed to divide both sides by any number that will not change anything. So therefore now, anyone? Yes? X minus 9, and there are two options, x equals 8 and x equals 9. Not good enough. I have to come back to the equation, this equation, and find the corresponding y value for each. So if x is 8, how much is the corresponding y? If x is 8. So negative 8 plus 17 is 9. Now if x is 9, what will be the corresponding y value? 8. Any questions? Yes, that's why we had a month to study this. Yep, I agree. I completely agree. Okay. Some problem caught my eye before. Yes, 63. On page 435. Find two consecutive positive integers whose product is 380. Two consecutive positive integers whose product equals 380. Find two positive consecutive integers. If I give you 2, what will be the next or the consecutive integer with that? If I say 2, you will say 3. If I say 10, you will say? If I say x, excellent. So now two consecutive positive integers x and x plus 1 whose product is 380. So create the equation for me, please. Very good. X times x plus 1 equals 380. Do you really realize how much you learned this semester in 3 months and a half? Okay, you're not in agreement with me, that's fine. Okay, can anyone tell us what to do? Good, I'm ready.
X squared plus X plus 2 and minus 3 is 0.
Good. I dislike this because it's a huge number, right? So I have 38, yes, 38 times 10, and 10 is 2 times 5, and 38 is 2 times 19. So I need 2, 2, 5, and 19 in such a way that the difference is 1, or the sum is 1. One has to be positive and one has to be negative. So I have to use all these numbers and make up a product of negative 380, of course, and a sum of 1. If the sum is 1 and one is negative and one is positive, they have to be very close to each other, but opposite signs. And not too difficult to see what's happening here. What would you say?
$50.
19, and 5 times 2 times 2 is 20. Right? So then I have the factor form. What is it?
X plus 20, X minus 19.
Very good. X plus 20, X minus 19. And I have two options. And one is negative 20, and the other one is 19. But I am told, so I cannot choose or accept the negative 20. So it's 19, and what is the other one? So X is 19. What is the other one? Two consecutive integers, positive integers. So 19 and 20 are the numbers in question. Okay. Number 10. 28. Number 10, I meant my page 10. An object is dropped from the top of the Woolworth building on Broadway in New York City. The height of the object, t seconds after it was dropped, is negative 16 t squared plus 784. How many seconds pass before the object reaches the ground? Yes, let's read it one more time. An object is dropped from the top of a building. The height h of the object after t seconds is given by this equation. H equals the height equals. How many seconds pass before the object reaches the ground? Can anyone tell us what to write? Say it again.
You divide 784 by 100.
Nope.
0 equals negative 16.
Exactly. The object hits the ground, which means the height is 0. This is the equation we need to solve. Very good. Thank you. And then we'll look at 93. What would you try if, what,
Divide the negatives, both sides of the negatives.
excellent. See how important this is to make your life easier always, and especially, so divide both sides by negative 16. And what do you get?
Minus 49.
Very good. Equals 0 divided by negative 16, which is still 0, which is a piece of cake, right? So what do I do with c squared minus 49? And what are the options?
Negative 7, so it's 7.
Of course, I cannot say negative negative 7 seconds, so it's a positive 7 seconds. Okay, 93 on 436. The width of a rectangle, so I have a rectangle, here it is, length and width. The width is 4 inches less than its length. The width is 4 inches less than its length. Can anyone give us an equation? The width is 4 inches less than its length.
Minus 4.
So, you want to change into x and y? I'm fine if you want to change.
Y equals,
So you want this one what?
y.
You want the length y and you want the width x? Okay, perfect. So then, the width is 4 inches less than the length. I need to write an equation. The width is,
So x minus 1.
the width is,
X equals
thank you, 4 inches less than the length. Very good, excellent. Let's read on now. Its area is 12 square inches. Its area is 12 square inches. The area, very good, is 12 square inches.
Y equals 12
Thank you.
square inches.
Good. So no measurement units are required in a system. Find the dimensions of the rectangle. What do I have to do?
Substitution.
Yes. So I substitute in the second equation because the first one is already solved for x. Then the second equation becomes, so I have, instead of x, I have y minus 4 multiplied by y equals 12. Now the new equation is y squared minus 4y, indeed. And then minus 12 equals 0. And now
Negative 12.
very good, and they are
6.
wonderful. Y minus 6 and y plus 2. So there are two options. Good. Since we're talking about the length and inches, I cannot consider negative 2. But if y is 6, how much is x? 2. 6 minus 4. So x equals 2 inches.
why you put the sign around like this, y plus 2 is an option, why do you flip it to a -2?
I have to solve the equation y plus 2 equals 0. Will the answer be 2 or -2? Is that okay?